Mr. Reader, sir, I have your math module program here, so let's take a look at it, see what kind of feedback I can give you on it. All right, I have your template. Has insert your pseudo, you have no pseudocode, so I have no idea what your program plan is. Don't know which shape you chose. So that's kind of costly. That's a big chunk of your points. You don't even have your code. Oh, you put your code in Buzz. You did not put it on the template. All right, so I can copy it off of Buzz. Let's go back here. Did you answer the question? Yes. Calculate the volume surface area. Teach people for 3 miles over. I couldn't put the exp function in the same line as the print function, so I put it on different lines. Exp function. Okay. Well, let's take your program and paste it into. Okay, here we go. Create a word problem to user complete, in which they calculate the volume surface area of cubic structure. All right. Let's. Oh, looks like I print that a line there. Okay, let's run it. It's done. John is a plastic cube with the length of one side is 8 inches. Width is the same. Sides also 8 inches. What's the volume of the entire cube? Since one side of the cube would have an area of 8 inches squared, or 64 inches, the volume of the cube would be 512. Okay, that'd be 8 times 8 times 8. Now we've calculated the volume. We want to calculate the surface area. To do what we need to do, multiply the area of one side by the number of sides. So since there's 6 sides in the cube, the area of one side is 64. The surface area is 384. Okay, so that's all correct, but let's look at the parameters of what our program required. So when the company gave us this program to write, or the government agency, or whoever we're writing this for, we have these parameters that it's supposed to cover. So you chose a cube. That's great. Printed description of the word problem. You have that on there because you have, John's got a plastic cube. He wants that. Ask the user to enter the information necessary. It didn't ask me anything. It just printed everything out. It should ask me, what is the length of your cube? Because that's the information necessary to calculate. Maybe I have a different cube than what the one listed in the program has. Yours only calculates one cube. I can't use it for anything else. If I don't have a cube that's that exact same size, an 8 by 8 by 8, then your program has no value. Use 3.145, put the results of each one. And you don't have your name and date on it again. There's no name and date. You have the description, no name and date. So it should ask the user. You did everything. You just did like our very first program, just a print statement. You put this number and an exponent, which you used right here, print power, number raised to the exponent. That's great. You could have also done that to square the 8. But again, you don't have an input statement anywhere. Somewhere, side length equals input. And we could do it as a float, just in case someone puts something. Oh, I should put the float first, just in case someone puts something that's 10.5 inches or something. Input. What is the length of the side of your cube? And then that could be used to calculate the volume. Side length. See what that does. Oh, line 8 has an error because I'd forgot a parentheses. I have 2 opening parentheses. So if it's a 10, see, then it has 1,000. See, that gives us some more room. Now we have to change these other print statements because this say it's 8. So we do want to change that to where it tells whatever they entered as the side length. But we should ask so that it's usable for every cube. It would be usable for an infinite number of cubes. So you didn't have a plan. You had no pseudocode. You did answer the questions at the end. Good. That's worth 20 points. But basically yours is, other than calculating the volume, where it did that, because it did the side cubed, it didn't calculate the surface area. You did all that by hand and just put it in the printout statements. So it didn't calculate that anywhere. So you missed one of the calculations that's missing there. It gave you the formula. You used the formula that was given to you in the parameters, but you didn't actually have the program calculated. And you only did it for just one cube. So think about that. I want my program to be useful. I want someone to actually be able to use my program for a variety of things. And yours does one thing. Anyone have a cube that's 8? Here, I have a program you can use. Nobody else can use it. So that's what you're trying to do as a programmer. You're trying to make it very user friendly. Trying to say, great, this I could sell this to a lot of people because a lot of people could use this program if I wrote this, right? Because it'd be useful. Yours is very, very narrow group of people that would even need it. So that's what you're thinking about as a program. Now, this is a very small, basic program. It wouldn't be something we would sell anyway, but it starts here. As your programming skills grow, you have to think about these things now, or it's going to be hard to incorporate them later. So, all right, I'll get this feedback to you, and we'll see you in class.